this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Want to know you're on the best path to the right car? At CarMax, the price you see is the price you pay. No negotiating, no last-minute surprises. Every car is CarMax certified and backed by a 10-day money-back guarantee, so you can buy with confidence. Want to shop from home? Go for it. You can come in when you're ready, take it for a spin, and buy however works for you. No pressure, no haggling, just the right car. Your way. Visit CarMax.com for details. Want to drive? CarMax.
Mom, can I have Lingo Kids? Dad, Lingo Kids, please!
When did we become the Lingo Kids house?
No idea. Last week it was dinosaurs. This week it's...
Lingo Kids!
Why Lingo Kids?
Because it's the best thing ever. We can play games with astronauts, wild animals, and superheroes.
With more than 4,000 interactive games, songs, and shows, Lingo Kids is the #1 entertainment platform for young kids.
So, no dinosaurs?
And dinosaurs! Lingo Kids!
Everything kids love. Download it for free.
Healthcare can feel complicated. That's why Optum uses technology to connect the people and processes that make healthcare easier, more affordable, and more effective. We're making it clearer for you to know exactly what your benefits cover. And to help you better manage your health, we're coordinating care between your doctors and your technology. We believe better, simpler healthcare is always possible. That's healthy optimism. That's Optum. Visit Optum.com to learn more.
Hey, before your Q3 call, I've got the campaign brief ready, built from last quarter's data and the competitive landscape.
Great. Did you include the differentiation angle the CMO asked for?
Already in there. 3 angles no competitors using right now. Just need your approval.
Approved. Thanks. Oh, agents, where would we be without you?
Somewhere with a lot more tabs open.
Create your first Monday agent in minutes at monday.com.
Would Iran be willing to return to fully free navigation of the
It has to be. I'm not going to let them charge. If anybody's going to charge, we'll charge. We're the one that has we have total control. You know, we have a thing called a blockade with his Navy. And that Navy is, they call it a wall of steel. The United States, a wall of steel.
You're listening to the 47 Morning Update with Ben Ferguson.
Good Tuesday morning. Nice to have you with us on the 47 Morning Update, and we've got 2 stories for you. Donald Trump says Iran talks are underway right now, calling the deal the last chance before decapitation. Second up, the president also said that if Iran doesn't agree to this deal, well, then it's going to be an attack that we haven't seen since World War II. So what happens next and who is behind this deal and getting it done? We explain it all. It's the 47 Morning Update, and it starts right now.
Story number 1.
President Donald Trump on Monday said that negotiations with Iran, well, they're already underway, and calling the current talks Tehran's last chance, his exact words, before what he warned would be a military campaign larger than any attack since World War II, while insisting he would rather pursue diplomacy than authorize such a military operation. Now, the president was speaking in the Oval Office, and Trump said that he had delayed the planned strikes after Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates and Qatar, as well as other regional countries, called and urged the president to give diplomacy yet again another chance. The president saying this from the Oval Office.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, this is at least the 5th time you've turned off airstrikes against Iran since April to negotiate. What is your message to the American people who are wondering what has changed this time? Why should it be any different?
Well, you don't know. I don't know. I think we're going to maybe get something, but I want to give them every last chance before decapitation. Very tough to do what we have planned, still planned. We'll see what happens. But it's a very, very tough thing to do. I think I'm very proud of the fact that I'll give people a chance. This is a big move. To do an attack that big on a country, I'd rather not do it. Now, we've already through lots of large attacks, but they were normal large. Hopefully they'll come to their senses, because what happened cannot have a nuclear weapon, but hopefully they'll come to their senses. So they called me. And they said, please don't attack, we'll make a deal. That's the real truth. And everyone knows it. And who wouldn't call? And they found out through leaks and sleaze bags, a lot of sleaze bags, leakers. Leakers should be put in jail. They have to strengthen up the laws for leakers. But in this case, leakers helped because they said the severity of the attack, and Iran knew it. They knew what was coming. It was going to come last night, and it would have gone on for a long time, and there'd be essentially very little left. There'd be nothing left. And if I'm given a chance to let a lot of people live, I want to give that chance.
Now, the president was pressed after that on why he was again delaying threatening strikes after repeatedly holding off on military action in recent weeks and now months. As you heard, the president said, look, I want to give them every last chance before decapitation. Now, Trump said he is still on hold for major military operations, and he said he's absolutely prepared if diplomacy yet again fails. He said, quote, very tough to do what we have planned, still planned. We'll see what happens, referring to what's next from Iran. He also went on to say, if I'm given a chance to let a lot of people live, I want to give them that chance. This is the opposite of what the media and with the opposite of what the left said. They said the president was trying to start World War III. He was willing to kill anybody. Obviously, that's not true. The president describing it as a big move. To do an attack that big on a country, I'd rather not do it. Yet again, the president showing peace through strength. Now, President Trump also disputed Iran's claims that no U.S.-Iran negotiations are taking place, saying discussions are already underway despite Tehran's public denials, saying the talks are going on right now. We are talking right now at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, backed by the UAE, and backed by Qatar. The president was also asked about this last chance, and the president described it this way. It's the last chance for these people, the Iranians, to sign a good document.
I don't like saying that they're talking. So I say, wait, we're in talks. Big deal, we're in talks. And they'll sometimes deny it, even though they spend hours and hours together talking. No, the talks are going along. We're going to hit them very hard yesterday, very, very hard, harder than any attack. I think I can say, General, from a point of knowledge, any attack since World War II. That's pretty big. And we were set to go, and they called. And in addition, Saudi Arabia called, and UAE called, Qatar called. I called from numerous people. I don't want to use the word begging, but some were. In particular, Iran did not want to be hit. And they said, we want to talk. We want to talk about the Strait, but more importantly, from my standpoint, we want to talk about the denuclearization of Iran, because it's what it's all about. This is why I'm doing this. And it should have been done. It's now 50 years. We keep saying 47 years, but 3 years have gone by. But it's for 50 years that other presidents should have been doing or other countries. Didn't have to be us, but other countries. And nobody did it. And it was time, and we hit them hard with the B-2s more than a year ago now. And that knocked out their capability, their potential capability. And we've done a great job. But when we talk, we say we're talking. If we're not talking, when you ask me, no, we're not talking, I'll say it. But we are talking right now. We're talking. And we're talking at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, backed by UAE, and backed by Qatar in particular, but others also. Many countries called. The leaders of many are friendly with a lot of them, almost all of them, one way or the other, and they all wanted to give this a last chance. This is a last chance. This is not something that, if it doesn't happen, this is a last chance for them to sign a good document.
Now, the president added the talks are going to go quickly, one way or the other. The president outlined a two-stage framework for the negotiations, saying the immediate priorities is reopening the Strait of Hormuz before broader talks on Iran's nuclear program. The president saying we're talking about the opening of the Strait, having it open literally by tomorrow, completely open. That's phase one. And then phase two is we will talk about the denuclearization of Iran. Now, President Trump also rejected any suggestion that Iran would be permitted to impose those tariff fees on commercial shipping through the strategic waterway as well. He said, I'm not letting them charge, as you just heard. Now, earlier in the day, Trump sharply criticized Iran's leadership after the Iranian officials publicly yet again lied and denied that direct negotiations with Washington were taking place. The president said on Truth Social, Iranian leadership is unbelievably duplicitous. They asked for a meeting. Some would say beg. Talks begin with more scheduled in the immediate future. And they say openly and proudly they're not having any discussion, that nothing is being talked about, and they're only dealing with Oman. Trump argued that Iran was not only misrepresenting the negotiations, but also overstating its control over the Strait of Hormuz. Quote, they then go on to give their usual blather and saying the Strait of Hormuz will be operated powerfully by them when it is already completely controlled by the United States Navy. He continued, writing, nothing gets through to Iran unless we want it to, and nothing will get through unless a deal or total surrender is accomplished. Whether Iran wants to admit it or not, we are, in fact, talking of a solution to a problem that they have caused for decades. It's very simple. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Now, of course, Iran continues publicly to reject Trump's characterizations of the diplomacy. The Iranian foreign minister spokesman said Monday that Tehran is not engaged in direct negotiations with the United States and that its current discussions are with Oman over arrangements for shipping through the quote-unquote Strait of Hormuz. We are not negotiating with the United States at this time, he said during his weekly press briefing, adding that issues involving Washington should be examined in the next stages. They went on to also say that the talks with Oman are focused on establishing a mutually acceptable shipping corridor through the strategic waterway rather than restoring navigation to its pre-war status, while maintaining that Iran would continue defending what it described as its sovereign rights in the strait. Now, President Trump's remarks also came after he announced over the weekend that he had canceled planned strikes on Iran after saying regional allies, and you heard him talk about this, were begging for diplomacy to have one more chance. Now, speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump also said the proposed operations, these military operations, would have been, quote, the biggest since World War II, before he agreed to delay it after the allies urged him yet again to sit down. And President Trump yet again reiterating another point, saying he is under no time constraints. To conclude the negotiations, he emphasized Iran cannot be allowed to obtain a nuclear weapon. And he said, this is why I'm doing this. Iran cannot have any nuclear weapons. So there's your update. This is where we are. Things are changing quickly. Many may hear this and say, weren't we just here weeks ago? Absolutely we were. But the threat of major military action is at its highest point so far. And now we'll have to wait and watch and see what happens moving forward.
Thank you for listening to the 47 Morning Update with Ben Ferguson. Please make sure you hit subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. And for more in-depth news, also subscribe to the Ben Ferguson podcast, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
Dad, Disney activities are on Lingo Kids.
What?
Moana and Elsa and Marvel's Spider-Man, all of them.
On Lingo Kids?
Yes, Dad, on Lingo Kids.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
You just lost them for the rest of the afternoon.
Worth it.
Full of fun activities inspired by Disney's Moana, Frozen, Zootopia, Marvel's Spider-Man, and more, Lingo Kids is where little ones discover more about favorite characters.
Lingo Kids!
Everything kids love. Download it for free.
Healthcare can feel complicated. That's why Optum uses technology to connect the people and processes that make healthcare easier, more affordable, and more effective. We're making it clearer for you to know exactly what your benefits cover. And to help you better manage your health, we're coordinating care between your doctors and your technology. We believe better, simpler healthcare is always possible. That's healthy optimism. That's Optum. Visit Optum.com to learn more.
Your vehicle doesn't just get you from here to there. It's a bridge to the people and places that matter most. It's how you show up for your family, your community, and everyone else that depends on you. That's why for 125 years, Firestone has been building tires with one thing in mind: to deliver products that are as reliable as you are. Firestone, always dependable, since 1900.
When I was diagnosed, all I wanted to do was get back to work. I wanted to get back to that trajectory that I was on prior to the cancer. I always felt like I had value, I had a place on the team to just be treated with dignity. It means everything.
Research shows there is a significant connection between the ability to continue to work and cancer recovery. We can make work a better place for healing.
Learn more and sign the pledge at workingwithcancerpledge.com.